Tonight on First Look, we're exploring the lives of several winter athletes who are going for gold in the 2018 Winter Olympics. And while many of the competitors are fresh-faced newbies, some returning Olympians like cross-country skier Andy Newell equally have their eyes on the prize, as our own Jonathan Bennett quickly found out.
This is way harder than it looks. You make it look so graceful. I'm like Bambi on ice. Here we go.
I think it's one of those beautiful sports to watch. It's a combination of pure speed, power, but it's also very graceful. Essentially what cross-country skiing is, it's kind of the original way to get from point A to point B over the snow. And you have to tackle anything that comes your way between the start and the finish, like an uphill, a downhill, a corner. Snowboarding, mogul skiing, alpine skiing is kind of all originated from cross-country skiing.
And if you're going to take up a new sport, it never hurts to get lessons from a 3-time Olympian on this year's Olympic course.
So what are the fundamentals that I have to know?
Well, in any kind of skiing, it helps to look good first.
Nailed it.
The leg movements are a lot like ice skating.
Yeah.
Or like even roller skating, if that's your thing.
Not since the 80s.
A native Vermonter, Andy Newell has been riding on skis since the tender age of 2. A few years later at 5, he was off to the races. It was clear from the start that he was destined for a life on the slopes, and when he was introduced to cross-country skiing, it was a perfect match.
Around Vermont as a kid, there was a lot of different ski groups, and there was like an after-school program, so I could do it with my buddies.
Trained by legendary cross-country coach Sverre Caldwell at the prestigious Stratton Mountain School, Andy learned to eat, breathe, and sleep cross-country skiing. Upon graduation, he immediately qualified for the World Cup, where his talent soared.
What made you say, like, this is what I want to do?
Skiing is an incredibly popular sport because it's a social sport and it's something you can go do with your friends. But it wasn't, I think, until I started traveling the world, going to all these amazing places. Like here we are in Korea,
right?
You know, skiing. It's amazing. And I think people will see that at the Olympics, and that's what got me hooked.
As one of the pioneering members of the U.S. cross-country skiing team, Andy has sprinted his way to the peak of his sport, winning silver at the 2006 World Cup, the first podium for an American in 24 years.
Cross-country skiing in the U.S. has come so far since I started. When I went to my first Olympics, the U.S. ski team had like 3 people on it. And since then, the sport has just blown up in the U.S. We've gotten so much better.
In a sport often dominated by Russia and Norway, Andy and his All-American team are solidifying themselves as a force to be reckoned with, and it's partly due to their collective motto, One Team, encouraging selflessness for the greater good. And in PyeongChang, their main objective is to bring home the gold.
I want to see the U.S. win a medal. If it's me, that's awesome. If it's anybody, who cares? I mean, we just want to win some hardware.
Yeah, you got to get that hardware. Putting on skis, like, what does that mean to you?
At an Olympic venue, it means representing your country, which is awesome. I mean, that never gets old. All those hours and hours of hard work.
This is hard work.
All those years and years, it makes it all worth it. It's not about how fast you go, it's about how much fun you're having too.
Exactly, see?
You've seen someone cross the finish line, they just collapse on the ground, they got snot and drool coming down their face. That's a classic cross-country skier thing. But that means that they just push themselves as hard as they could go. When you're really digging deep in a race too, we like to call that you're getting into the pain cave. And whether you win a medal or not, like that is what cross-country skiing is all about.
I've been in the pain cave for about 3 minutes now.
It's just maxing yourself out. There's not too many other sports that are quite like that.